This isn't Mass Effect. This isn't a story-based game. It's not meant to have a great story. I mean, look at Destiny 2 and Destiny 1. Their stories weren't great, yet they have a huge following because it's a looter shooter. It's a fun, it's a grindy game, and it's amazing. But for right now, no one has it. Stop hating a game for something that doesn't exist, okay? There's no good looter shooter story, ever.
Well guys, I think I found the funniest Anthem damage control video on YouTube, and I just want to say this right off the bat though, like I really don't have anything against the guy who made this video. I literally just typed into YouTube Anthem hate, and this was one of the first results that popped up, so this is not another Hippo Zone situation where, you know, he was coming at like me and my subscribers calling us a bunch of bullshit names. So I honestly have nothing against this dude, it's just opinions over video games at the end of the day. But seriously, I thought this video was overall funny, and honestly there's nothing better to me than some good old-fashioned damage control, and this video has a ton of it. To be completely honest here, like I really just don't care about Anthem that much, because after I played the 2 demos, I knew it was just going to be an overall mediocre experience, or at least it wasn't for me. So I've actually been getting a lot of requests though to talk about my overall thoughts on the entire situation surrounding Anthem. So I guess this is kind of a good way to do it. We can get a good laugh and talk about Anthem at the same time. But with that said, the title of the video we are taking a look at today is in all fucking caps, I might add. Anthem Review Part 2. Stop hating this game. Okay, I think we get the point. So without further ado, let's sit back, relax, and check out the video. Did this guy literally just start off his video with what sounded like the biggest nut of his life? He honestly puts like DSP, aka Dick Stroke and Phil, to shame, man. Like honestly, that's a great way to start off a video. Creative as fuck. But yeah, I know, it was probably just a dramatic side, but you know, let's use our imaginations here. Let's make things a little bit more interesting.
Hey guys, what's going on? Raging Gamer here. Welcome back to another video.
Well, I must say, it is great to be back, man. I mean, thank you for the welcome.
In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the hate that Anthem's been getting, and I think that people need to open their eyes more.
Breaking news, guys. I can confirm that my eyes are completely open.
If you watch my review, it wasn't well written, wasn't well put.
Well, shit, that doesn't really give me high hopes for part 2 of that review.
That's been getting some hate. Anyways, what people don't understand is that this isn't Mass Effect.
Wait, really? You don't play as Commander Shepard? Like, what the fuck is this game, then?
This isn't a typical Bioware game.
The last time I checked, this game was advertised as a Bioware-style game that just so happens to feature co-op.
This is Anthem. This is a looter shooter, and people are demanding, like, oh, it's just this and does that. It's like, no.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you even say there?
Oh, it's just this and does that. It's like, no.
Okay, moving on.
This is not what this game was designed to be. Just because it doesn't fit your criteria doesn't make the game bad.
What exactly are we suggesting the game was designed to be? Plus, if a game doesn't fit my criteria for what makes a game good or not, why the hell wouldn't I consider that a bad game? I mean, it's the exact same thing you're doing. Obviously, it fits the criteria of what you consider to be a good game, so you're saying the game is therefore not bad. I mean, honestly, it makes no sense what the hell you're saying.
I think people are getting that mixed up a lot. And I'm going to stay with Anthem. I think it's the best game released since 2015.
Now that is a bold statement right there. The best game since 2015. I guess you've never played this masterpiece on PC that happened to release in 2016. No, but in all seriousness, I think even the people who love Anthem would be reaching for the fucking stars to say that this is the best game to release since 2015. I mean, if you think so, man, what the hell? I mean, it's all subjective at the end of the day, but that is a bold fucking claim.
Easily the best game to release since 2015. It's no game has taken up this much time of mine, and I've played a few games between now and then.
I too have played quite a few games since 2015. However, to say that Anthem is the best because it has taken up the most of your time is pretty strange when you think about it in terms of what makes a game good or not.
So I think people need to actually see what the game actually is instead of just automatically assuming that it's something bad and just taking a word from other YouTubers that have 150k subs or, you know, 1 million subs who just say stuff to say stuff because it's not fitting within their criteria. That's why they purposely say, my opinion.
Yeah, that's because they're just sharing their opinion on the game. I mean, that's literally what a review is. That's literally what impressions are. But hey, I guess it's a good thing because I only have 67k subs, so I don't fall into that category yet. But seriously, man, you are doing the exact same thing as what they're doing. You're telling people, or at least attempting to tell people, why you like the game and why you think they should go ahead and try it out and pick up the game. You just so happen to have a different opinion on the situation. That's literally the only difference.
They put that out there. And yeah, a lot of people do fit with their opinion, but this is, again, a looter shooter. Say it with me.
Looter shooter.
This isn't Mass Effect. This isn't a story-based game. It's not meant to have a great story. I mean, look at Destiny 2 and Destiny 1. Their stories weren't great, yet they have a huge following because it's a looter shooter. It's a fun, it's a grindy game, and it's amazing.
Okay, so both Destiny 1 and 2 have been shat on time and time again by countless people for not having a good story. It's probably the #1 complaint up there with the paid expansion bullshit. Second, BioWare advertised this as a story-driven experience, but if you don't believe me, take it from the general manager of BioWare himself.
And we've been thinking for a long time about, taking the story and character world-building stuff that we love to do, but combining that with some way keep all of that stuff, keep all that story, but allow your friends into your world and play through it together.
Well, last question for you about the world and the story, because I think people know, BioWare games for having incredible story and narrative.
Yeah.
People know, BioWare games for having incredible story and narrative.
Yeah.
This game was advertised as a traditional BioWare story-driven experience with the addition of co-op elements and shoot-and-loot mechanics. Why do you think Fort Tarsis is single-player only? It was literally because they wanted it as a place to experience the story elements and character interactions alone. But it turned out once the game actually released, the story was mediocre at best, and that is a problem when you were advertising your game as a story-based experience, using your previous games in terms of their story elements as a benchmark in terms of what people can expect with Anthem. That is 100% on BioWare for making people expect a good story in Anthem.
If the game wasn't good, people wouldn't play it, period. It wouldn't be viewed at all on Twitch if it wasn't somewhat of a decent game. But yeah, it is.
So I guess being viewed on Twitch equates a game being good now. Interesting.
Anthem's viewed on Twitch.
So is fucking Fortnite. What's your point?
It's a good game. People like it. People wouldn't play it if they didn't like it. I think people need to stop saying, oh, it doesn't, have a 20-hour story. That disappoints me. It's a BioWare game, Well, that's freaking stupid. Like, how can it not? It's a looter shooter, not a story-based game.
Again, BioWare advertised the game as a story-based game. No one is to blame but them for not delivering a good story when that's what they promised people.
And no looter shooter has had a story base that's meant to be an amazing, never seen before story. It's never happened. It's never...
Okay, man, just stop here for a second. Okay, I need you to do me a favor, all right? Drop whatever you're doing, go to Steam, and download Borderlands 1 and 2, and get the DLC while you're at it too, okay? Those games literally have some of the most enjoyable and hilarious campaigns in gaming history. Plus, man, Borderlands is literally the king of looter shooters.
And it probably will happen sometime down the road. Don't get me wrong. And people probably just want a company to eventually do it, and that's probably why they're hating BioWare so much right now, because that was the company to do it.
And that is literally what BioWare said Anthem was. Did you not read into this game whatsoever before launch or something?
But for right now, no one has it. Stop hating a game for something that doesn't exist, okay? There's no good looter shooter story, ever. Okay? It's like saying Monster Hunter World had a good story. No, it didn't. All you did was kill monsters for 50 minutes of your time. One mission took you 50 minutes. Oh, you failed the mission. You was almost there to die, but you failed it. Oh, you gotta redo the mission. But yeah, people had huge following on that game. Huge following.
Because it's a great game with a ton of content, no, but seriously, what the fuck does Monster Hunter World have to do with Anthem? These are two entirely different games. I mean, fuck, you might as well compare Pokemon and Call of Duty, because the main goal of the game is to level up.
Matter of fact, as of time recording this game, I can't actually check, so never mind.
Fuck, man, you left me hanging there, but I checked, I just got a little bit curious. But there's over 20,000 people online playing, just in case you were wondering.
So, what I'm just saying is, stop hating on Anthem. It's a great game. It really, really is a great game. And I think people need to take the time. If you have, if you have Origin Access Basic, you can go ahead and play it for free 10 hours. Take that advantage of that basic. Play it for yourself. Don't rely on everyone else's opinion. Don't even rely on my opinion. My opinion of the game is the greatest game in the world. Of course, you might not agree with that.
Well, shit, man. I think you just convinced me right there. Forget the fact I didn't enjoy the 2 demos at all. I think I'll go subscribe to a Year of Origin premiere so I can play the greatest game in the world.
That's fine. But just the point is, everyone needs to take a minute to step back, think about, the game itself. Think about what the game genre it's in. Think what the game's meant to be.
A story-driven co-op third-person shoot and loot.
Which is meant to be a looter shooter, and that's it.
Okay, so why did BioWare hype up the story then? Plus, that's not even taking into account the general consensus that Anthem is not even a good looter shooter at that. Sure, you can say that the only part of that game that matters is the fact that it's a looter shooter, but when you look at it as a looter shooter solely, it's not a very good one. It made the same mistakes that Destiny 1 made when it released over 4 years ago. There's absolutely no excuse for that.
like, I don't know why people are getting that confused so hard. It's so simple to be like, oh, hey, look, it's a looter shooter. That's what it's meant to be. That's all it's gonna be, because that's what a looter shooter is. That's its genre. Looter shooters generally don't have great long stories.
No, but seriously, every time I hear that, it just kills me a little bit inside, because I'm a Borderlands fan, man. Like, honestly, like, Borderlands had a fucking fantastic story. It has been done, it can be done, and it should be done again. Hopefully Borderlands 3 is going to be coming out very soon.
They're meant to be the same thing where you go do the same mission 55,000 times and get one good gear after grinding it 1,000 times. I mean, look at Destiny 2. You grind the Nightfall for the Mindbender's Ambition 40 times, you might not even get it, but you're going to continuously get it because you want it. Right? Because you want to have that gun, you want to have that edge. And, you know, that's what this game's meant to be. It's meant to be a looter shooter. It's meant to be the more you loot and the better you are later on, and the more you grind, the better you are on. That's what a looter shooter is, you know?
The problem is with that is there's literally almost no incentive whatsoever to do that in the game currently due to the severe lack of in-game content and actual unique weapons and gear to grind for. I mean, the only customization you can do to your javelin really is to change the paint job, which is pretty fucking shitty. Like, I honestly don't give two shits about what color my javelin is.
And I think people don't see that. People are comparing it to like Mass Effect and Destiny and Warframe. Yeah, I guess you can kind of compare it to Destiny, but even then, that's a rough comparison. Warframe, don't even just... If you think it's anything like Warframe, you need to dunk your head in some water and have a reality check.
I mean, this game does look a lot like Warframe, and it's the exact same game model as Destiny, so I'm not really sure what you're getting at here, man.
The closest game to compare this to is Monster Hunter.
Okay, how the fuck is this game similar to Monster Hunter? I didn't realize in Monster Hunter World you were flying around like fucking Iron Man with special abilities. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. I mean, I did last play Monster Hunter a couple months back, so maybe they added something recently, or maybe there's a part in Anthem when you go and fight a fucking T-Rex looking monster with a massive sword. I mean, who even knows at this point? There could be anything in either of these two games.
But we're not going to get into comparing. My point is, stop comparing it to what Mass Effect was. Stop comparing it to this. Stop comparing it to that. Stop that. Let it be its own damn game.
Okay, I'm just going out on a limb here and saying that I don't think anyone was expecting Mass Effect from this game. Plus, it's completely normal to compare a studio's most recent game to what they made in the past. I mean, that's like common sense.
Okay? Because that's what it is. It's its own damn game. It's a looter shooter. It's called Anthem. It's not called Mass Effect. It's developed by Bioware, who made great Mass Effect games in the past. I get it. But it's not what it is, okay? It is a genre of looter shooters, and that's what it's meant to be, period. There's no this or that or that. That is what it is. That's all it's going to be, and that's what it needs to be, period.
No one is denying that's what it is. We're saying that it's not a very good one. I mean, for fuck's sake, what looter shooter doesn't let you look at your own loot in a mission or allow you to change your weapons in the middle of a mission? There are legitimate complaints here if this is the genre that BioWare was targeting.
End of the day. So stop complaining about the game, because it's frustrating. It's so, everyone I see, literally every single person I see on the internet has complained about the game.
Well, just using some critical thinking, maybe there's a reason that's the case. I mean, I'm just throwing it out here. I mean, you can take it for what you will. But when almost everyone talking about a game brings up the same negative points, maybe there's some validity to those complaints. I don't know, man. What do I know at the end of the day?
I have not found a positive review about this game, personally.
Again, maybe there is a good reason for why that's the case.
So I think everyone needs to take a step back, have a reality check what the game's meant to be, which is a looter shooter with a semi-decent story, which I think the story is great if you pay attention, you actually use your brain and ears to listen.
Well, guys, my retarded ass was only using my ears to listen. Feels bad, man.
But other than that, I think it's a decent game, and I would recommend it buy it. If you like Destiny, if you like looter shooters, yeah, buy the game. It's great, it's fun, it's amazing. I have hours on this game already, almost past days of playtime. But I think that's going to pretty much wrap this one up. I think this is the general theme of this is pay attention to what the game is, pay attention to the genre before you go judging a game, and don't judge it based off what BioWare did in the past, and don't judge a game based off what EA did in the past.
That's right, you heard it here first. History is irrelevant. Don't judge a game off what BioWare did in the past, despite the fact that BioWare themselves advertised this as a traditional BioWare game in regards to a compelling and deep story with meaningful interactions with characters that people have come to expect from their studio, with, of course, the addition of co-op and the shoot and loot aspects.
If that happens and people continuously start to do that, then gaming is not going to be a thing within a few years at all. It's not even going to be a thing. So, see you guys all in the next one. Peace.
And just like that, the video is over. Like he said, if we continue to hold developers and publishers to release a game of the same, if not better quality than their previous titles, then gaming won't even be a thing in the future. But at the end of the day, I honestly don't give a shit if you're enjoying Anthem or not. It's your money, it's your choice how you want to spend it. That is the beauty of capitalism. Like I said, I'm not really interested in the game whatsoever after trying the 2 demos, but if you like it, more power to you. I just don't like it when people damage control for real issues people have with the product just because they so happen to like it. But with that said, guys, I think that does it for this video. Don't go and shit on this guy, like I said, because honestly, I have nothing against him, and we're talking about fucking video games here, nothing serious. Also, before I go, I do want to give a quick shout out and a big thank you to Norscout. He did join the channel. He's the newest member on the channel, and I do not actively ask you guys to join. You will never catch me shilling on this YouTube channel, at least for the foreseeable future. But anyway, yeah, I do think he deserves at least a quick shout out and a big thank you for deciding to support the channel. But with that said, guys, I do want to thank you all so much, as always, for watching the video and for all the recent support as well, and I will catch you guys next time.